You getting high on your own supply? Okay, I think it's time you calm down. Okay, just call me when you calm down. Calm down.
Summer Dregs was a band. So I kind of came up in music playing jazz. I was in a fusion band for a long time. We toured a lot. We toured the U.S. a lot. And when we came back here and we were kind of recording, my friends started wanting me to help record them. So when that started happening, I just kind of called it collaborations with Summer Dregs. And then the band kind of fell away, and I just started doing it on my own. So I just kept the name Summer Dregs, and that's just basically what goes on my musical projects.
Nice. And people recognize you as Summer Dregs anyway. So.
Yeah, I still get people that come up to me and call me Summer Dregs, which is cool. You know, it's kind of a new thing since I've been doing production work just for maybe past 3 years.
Nice. Now, and I'm glad you even brought that up about the production work. What made you go into production?
It's really funny. Actually, the first time I kind of did that was with Eric Cromarty over at the Flock House, maybe about 3 years ago. He was a fan of my band, Summer Dregs, and he called and just asked if I had any beats for Johnny Balick. And I said that I did, even though I did not. So I kind of quickly, over the next couple of days, made like 3 or 4 beats for Johnny. And then I met with Johnny, we recorded ideas, and that's kind of how it all started.
You said that you were working with Eric and, of course, the Flock. Now, you've worked with several artists all over Chattanooga, and I'm assuming even from outside possibly as well. I mean, tell us a little bit about your experience working with these artists.
I kind of just, at the beginning of, or at the end of 2017, I kind of made a list of people that I wanted to work with. I'd already worked with Johnny Balick, and I'd already started kind of talking to Smathers, another guy over there at the Flock. I started working with Suevo on some stuff. I actually asked him to remix Set, because that's kind of a good way to get to know people and to get them to trust me, is if I remix their work and they like the remix. He actually sent me Heaven on Earth instead, even though I asked him for Set, because I love it. I'm kind of glad, because I don't think I could top one of Jared's beats. Like, I love Jared's beats.
Nice.
So he sent me Heaven on Earth, and I got a chance to remix that. I've also been working with Superbody. I put out Hollywood with him, and working on another single, and working with Kendora on a remix, and with Rock Floyd and Baby Mother, I did some engineering on the Bastard tapes, which was, so I've kind of, I made this list, and I feel like I've really just like gone down it of my favorite artists in Chattanooga, and I still got some more. I'm still working with Courtney Reed on a song. I'm working with Heather Lee on a song. So I'm also in all sorts of different genres, just like not just hip hop, not just R&B. Even though those are like my passion, that's like my go-to when I listen to music. If I'm making beats just on my own, that's what I tend towards. But I also love that like weird indie pop that Superbody does.
Yeah.
That's just like out there. And I think as a producer, you got to do that, because I love hearing old interviews of, I just saw an interview of Andre 3000 talking about how he wanted to work with Square Pusher, who's this like crazy English IDM guy, and Kanye West sampled Aphex Twin, who's one of my favorite artists, Aphex Twin and Kanye West as well. But like, and Dr. Dre talks about listening to classical music for inspiration for his beats. So I'm always trying to be working in many different genres that can kind of talk to each other.
Wow.
And bring that kind of like cross, because my favorite artists do that. Björk was working with like the Wu-Tang Clan, and like all this stuff where it's like my favorite artists from all these different genres gravitate towards each other and make even better stuff because they're all talking to each other.
Do you ever find it hard to, I guess, integrate all those genres in, especially when you're working on these projects, trying to figure out what's the best sound? I mean, does it ever become a difficult process for you?
I mean, it can be. I'm always, But I really do leave it up to the artist. You know, as much as I want to bring these different voices into their music, I really leave it up to them, and I basically will present them with ideas, and then, you know, they'll say yay or nay. But as a producer, I'm leaving it up to the artists.
Nice.
Because I want, and you know, why people come back to me, especially people who get bigger and who could go somewhere else, they come back to me because I make them sound more like themselves.
Yeah.
You know, I think if you go to someone, you know, for a lot, I've had this with my own music. You go to a big shot studio, they'll get you like whatever sound, and like it'll have like some big name on it, but they want you to sound a certain way. You know, I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to make you sound more like yourself, like more what you want, like less like everybody else. And when I've worked with people in Nashville, a lot of times they're like, "Oh, you came here for a Nashville sound." And no, but so if like Suevo comes to me, he's coming to me to like get a Suevo sound.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
And that's what I try to do, and kind of showing people different directions that they could go in is definitely part of that, but mainly I want them to be themselves.
Right. So, I mean, how did you come up with this type of, this creativity to come up with these visuals, these sounds and things like that, especially with the new music video that you all released that is amazing, by the way. It has you, Suevo, Johnny Balick, and other artists as well. What's going on?
Yeah, I think that another thing that I have a talent as a producer is putting people in situations that they can do their best work. Because I really don't know much about video, but I know that if I got my friend Kelly up here and we just hung out in the studio, because the video was shot up here.
Wow.
So I hung out with Kelly up here, we just experimented, tried different lighting and stuff, and then my friend Josh, who had the drums that light up in that video.
That was cool.
Yeah, and that was something he's been doing for a little bit, and I was like, well, people need to see this, and this is really cool. Let's like make this work. I already knew that Suevo and Johnny are like amazing performers, so if I just put them in a situation where they could perform, I mean, that video is just, we did the lighting up here, and it's just like Kelly doing 5 takes.
Wow.
And
5 takes?
Yeah, and that was it. And then my friend Brandon, who actually played guitar on that track, was up here. He's only in one shot, you see his hands. But it was just, I feel like if you get good people and you put them in the right space, then they can flourish, you know?
Wow.
And I feel like I got talented friends, so part of it too is letting them kind of lead you sometimes. So I've been doing a lot of drums with Jared White, with him actually playing drums. And sometimes he takes a song to a place I don't expect. And if it's good, I gotta let it go there.
Yeah. You
know, actually on the Johnny Smathers remix, that's Jim Crumble playing drums, and he is probably the best jazz drummer in Chattanooga. And that's kind of why I had him in here, because I want to be surprised. And I didn't know what was gonna happen with that remix, but then once Jim put down those drums and some of those like crazy fills that are in there, like I was just like, yeah, we're gonna take it that direction.
Nice.
You know, and let him lead me that way, and then I can like finish it and take everything in that direction.
Wow. It's magic.
Okay, I'm groovy now. With the groupies out, I'm trying to shoot a movie now. I be acting bougie with my brothers smoking doobies now. I can't do no 9 to 5, now I can't drive that Uber now. Yeah, but really, I've been hella torn.
So now also with the creativity and the visuals and things like that, now you also have ventured off into TV as well. Tell us a little something about that.
Well, I've been doing commercial work for a while, and I keep it separate, you know, because it is very different. Like a lot of people want like pretty piano music, and like I'm into that, you know, I play piano and all that, and I do string arrangements and stuff, but that's like not me. But it's not like as much me as this other stuff.
Yeah.
But TVFCU had this project where they wanted local musicians to make songs about their bank, and that was like a perfect colliding of worlds. I think at that point, so there's like a different artist, but right now I think that the one with Suevo is the main one that's out, and it's a commercial where he's rapping. He's like in his pajamas, and he comes to the bank like, and that was so fun. Like I just took an old flow of Suevo's. You know, we met, talked about it, and I was like, just use this flow. Like let's rewrite the words. He rewrote the words for the commercial, and then I just made a beat that was a little bit poppier than the original beat, since it's for TV commercial, and TVFCU loved it. And probably for people not in the music scene, and they won't know it's me, but if I say, because Suevo was in the commercial, but if I say like, oh yeah, I produced that beat, like we wrote that song together, then that's a point of connection for me.
Yeah.
So it's been great.
That's awesome.
And those commercials are going to be playing forever. There's going to be like 3 more artists coming out that have commercials. So I'm not supposed to say who, but it's like,
okay.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to say who.
Milk drop exclusives though. Huh?
Yeah. But there's more artists that wrote songs for them that they paid for, which is really cool.
But it's a new year, 2019. Yeah. What are some things that we have to look forward to seeing come from you, Summer Dregs, Carl?
On the one hand, you know, I'm currently working on songs with Courtney Reed, with Superbody, and with Heather Lee. So a couple people, and what's great about all those is that they came to me looking for my vibes, right? So I feel like for the past couple years, I've been reaching out to people and being like, let me help you. But now I got people coming to me saying like, I know your vibes, and I want you to like, I want to catch some of that. So that has been super encouraging. Those songs will probably be coming out this year, and then I want to do some more stuff on my own, with some of just like my close friends, like Michael Johnson, who I did Inside Out with, and Paul Smallman, who I did Body Language with, because those songs are very much, you know, I have this space where I make space for artists to be themselves,
right?
And then I also have these spaces that's for me to be myself, and myself, as I mentioned, is a lot of different things. It's a lot of different genres in there, and I'm really excited about putting some of that music out and continuing to do that. Body Language is just, I feel like, a very purely me. I'm really kind of like the only person that would not that I'm the only one that can technically make that beat, but I'm like the only one that would.
And it's all the same to you. Like trying to hit a moving target. It's your body language. It's my tongue tied. I don't even know.
And that's what I love about artists, right? Is that's what I love about like working with a Baby Mother, is that like she comes in here and like no one else is gonna. The best thing was, I don't know if you saw on my Instagram, but when she was doing the ad libs on her song "Sick," and the ad libs on that song are like, and it was just hilarious. But she's the only person that would do that, and that is what I love about working with her. And that's what I want in my own music, is to do that kind of stuff. That's like, wow, I would have never like thought of that. Like some other artists being like, I never would have thought about that, and that's what's like beautiful.
Yeah. That's
know.
your own thing. That's awesome. So now, also, what are some things that you want to, I guess, let the people know about Summer Dregs? I mean, what is the one main thing that you want people to know about you and your production company? What's going on?
Yeah, so I'd say, like, I know you said one, but I'm gonna say two.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So one is for artists. I want artists to know that like I'm here, and I'm like here to help them, and obviously I want to do good work. My main motivation is like I want to make great music that only we can make together. And so anybody who's interested in that, I'd love to like work with them. And then two, for the people who are listening to music, just like music listeners, I know that I sometimes get nervous about putting my own music out because people always say you got to pick a lane, right? And I kind of have been like, nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm working with, you know, singer-songwriters and soul singers and rappers, and so I'm just not picking. I'm just like, I want to do everything, and I guess just be open to that from me, from other people, other artists, and that can really, expand your horizons as to what you experience in music.
I'm good, you